Alright. Back from my obligations and all that fun stuff. Hanging out with the mama and the fam. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Alright. Family business out of the way. Alright. Let's do a little pre-game for Loud and Lit. Because I'm going to be doing that later too, so this isn't going to be a long one either. But hey, that's totally fine. That's the kind of the point. Very sporadic, multiple streams today. That's how we're rolling. Sporadic as fuck, just the way I like it. Here, I'll make sure it makes my charge for the phone. There we go. Sweet. Ah. Man, got the schwitz and the schwitz. My lord. Okay, good. It's not that loud. Sweet. I think it's just to cool myself. Oh my god, that feels good. Yeah, actually, let me put this on my back. Oh, that feels so good. Oh my lord. Oh, this cold brewski on my back. Oh my god. Oh, this feels good. Damn it, dog. Silly thing. Locked itself in the laundry room again. Oh my god, this feels good. Oh, this feels so good. Just gotta take a moment to embrace this nice, cool brewski in the back. Oh, it feels so nice. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Oh, just moved it down where it's still pretty hot and warm, and oh my god, that felt just good. Oh my goodness. Oh man, this feels good. Well, drop it a little more. Letting that cold feeling just like slowly work its way down my back, and it just feels so goddamn good. This feels so nice. Ah, let's work our way back up again. There we go. Oh, it's cold. Come on, get back up there so we can work your way back down again. There we go. Oh, that feels good. Ah, yeah, nice. Dropping deuces, are we? No, I'm dropping a brewski on my back. I'm using this to cool my back down because it's kind of warm out there, and oh, it feels nice. Gonna be going on a little bike ride thing for Petapalooza, and I got one of my homies meet me up here, and you know, in the meantime, we're having a little pre-game, all that fun stuff. I had to leave so abruptly because I was hanging out with my family that were visiting my mom for her birthday on the first day of summer and stuff, so had the day to celebrate, and they were going out to eat, and because I told them about my thing for today, but how I'm free tomorrow, so I'll hang out with them all day anyway. So yeah, we're all just kind of chilling, hanging and stuff. So it was actually all a pretty fun time. And they saw my dog for the first time. My aunts and my grandma saw him for the first time, and honestly, that was adorable. Because of course, Zukov took a loving to them. Built a game by day examination, a high ball 100K, but expect around 60 70. Why do I feel like that's just a low ball? So it might still be on the menu. You gotta just like get your ball to stay consistent with that. I mean, I'll say that. I feel like a lot of this back and forth is with that. I mean, obviously it's not just because of her. I mean, frankly, it's like all this other bullshit, like the bank, that person that you're gonna rent from backing out. Like, it's not even her fault, but it's just like, you know, it's Spin fuck Roka, dude. I know. I mean, it seems because like every week it's like, yes, finally. God damn it! No, there's something else happening. Like it's literally like it's legit a roller coaster for me, man. I mean, but think about it though. I mean, you've like held strong, you know, despite like the roller coaster, throughout the entire thing. So, I mean, you've held out on top despite. So there's something good to come out from that. Emotionally, yeah. I mean, I imagine so. You haven't seen a private meltdown, so it happens, man. I mean, dude, I still get frustrations and meltdowns and stuff from time to time. I mean, it happens. I mean, it's like I will, at least for myself personally, I've gotten way better about dealing with that shit. Especially now that I have Zukov around. But nonetheless, it's not like, to me at least, like, a big deal. I mean, that happens. Or the horrible shit he said to Bill's daughter. Well, that I don't know about, so do tell. I am kind of curious about that one. Picking our song, didn't get this fucking dog to get out of this fucking little laundry room. Dog. Oi. Hey. Hi. Come on. Come on. You have to hang out here by your lonesome the entire time? Come on. Dude, there's a little bit going out. Let's go. Come on. Goofball. Ugh. She says she's disconnected from simulation, save some money that way. Oh. Oof. Well, that's that shares. Well, okay, I see. I mean, hey, I mean, knowing what like I know about him, like, I mean, it's like maybe I want to go. I would not be going that far about it, but like you're saying, shit could get pretty nasty when people get upset, and honestly, that happens. Like a lot more of our nastier side comes out when we go for fucking shit like that. That's probably the reason why I say so hard. Which, I mean, isn't necessarily a bad thing, but you don't want to necessarily let that be bottled up either. I mean, because a lot of times, especially if I need to, like, walk away, or, in a way, essentially, like, isolate from myself from the problem. I mean, that actually is, in a way, a good thing. But, I mean, at the same time, you don't want to necessarily let that just bottle up and shit. You don't want it to be something that just festers, because if that ends up happening, then it just gets worse and worse as it, builds up more and more. Until eventually it just boils over and pops, and that's when it really gets bad. So, I mean, it's still a good thing, but you want to have, like, a sense of balance to be able to, like, have some sort of a healthy outlet, especially when you're, in a sense of, like, hey, I'm away from the problem. Now I can just have like time for myself and, kind of have a little reflection, introspection, or think about it, from outside of the situation, and have time, to kind of let it sit and stupor a little. I mean, like, that gives you an opportunity to be able to at least, have an outlet to be able to better express, like your feelings about those issues in comparison to just like right in the immediate sense where you are more likely to be, not like in necessarily a bad way, but reactionary in a sense. Dog's chasing a fucking fly again. The fuck? Was that thunder? Did I just hear thunder? Hold on. What the hell? Is it getting cloudy out there or something? Well, it's cloudy, but not cloudy to the point where I think there'd be lightning going on. I'm not sure if I can handle that volunteer at National State Parks for free amenities. I mean, it wouldn't. Like, I mean, honestly, I don't think it would be as bad as you think it is. Legally can't smoke weed in national parks. But they're also national parks. You know how expansive and vast they are? I mean, you know, when there's rules, there's always loopholes for them. Federal properties, federal law supplies of caught. Well, hence why I don't. But, I mean, it's not, like, overall, it's something that, like, really shouldn't even be a crime. Like, honestly, the best place to smoke weed is, like, in the middle of the fucking forest, yo. Because it's just, like, the forest, nice quietness. It's just like, nice. I mean, you know, that's, like, the best place to do it. That's why this whole thing about marijuana needs to stop already with this whole illegal bullshit. It's like, just enough of this. It's like, come on. For fuck's sake. For a smoke factory. Well, that's fine too. I do that too, but hey, I like to smoke in a lot of places. I like to smoke by the creek. I like to smoke at, you know, in the forest. I like to smoke, you know, while watching a movie, Netflix and chilling with some, you know, quiche. You know, or like, you know, fucking, like, yeah, whatever the fuck, you know? It's like, I'm kind of the dude who will, like, kind of smoke damn near anywhere. At least in the woods. It's nice, honestly. I like it. It's fun. And honestly, like, it feels less paranoid-inducing, too. Because, honestly, it's just so quiet and peaceful. And it's just chill. Burp, burp. Nature's scary, yo. No, it ain't. Maybe down there in the south, because you got crazy fucking shit. You know, that, like, annoying, like, you know, that's the worst thing we have up here. Is, like, pretty much like mosquitoes. And they're more of a nuisance than anything. Like, I mean, there's cougars and bears, but they usually fuck off and leave you alone. And that's pretty much really about it. There ain't nothing really to worry about up here. Nature up here is more chill. Boo boo. What are you doing over there, doggo? You doggo. You feel so old. Dude, you're not even old. Don't even start that. Like, I'm still like a little toddler for all intents and purposes in the grand scheme of things. If they like that as a kid's old people media now, so what? Who cares? Like, oh my god, quit. Recognize me for being good instead of just like some weird generational thing because it's like somehow only unique to that generation. It's like, yeah, there's people of multiple generations like a thing, you know, from a different generation. I'm like, come on now. Come on, man. Oh yeah, I forgot Onion Nuggets is live today. What are they tuning into for the news? What's going on over here?
I have a local farm.
First lab-grown meat produced for approved sales. Okay.
Animals they slaughter. And if you look at the meat you get from them versus like commercially processed meat, it doesn't even look the fucking same. Or alternatively, TJ, you could just not care.
It's not a matter of me caring. It's a matter of they harass and annoy me. Like, I literally have vegans, like, coming in my inbox at least once a week, like, how dare you? Whenever I actually talk about it, it gets worse. There's a company that makes dairy.
I've heard my music on the Golden Oldie station. Fucking Limp Bizkit. Oh my god.
Sounds like...
I think that's an indictment on the interest of, like, what people are into musically, radio-wise over there, more so than anything else.
So dairy cows.
Limp Bizkit would be, like, on the rock station up here, which is, like, the mixture of the classic rock / contemporary rock station. Like, I mean, well, there's actually, like, 2 rock stations. One's a lot more modern contemporary, and the other one's, like, a mixture of, like, classic 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and it's a mixture of some modern stuff, too. You know, so it's like, like, the 2 rock stations up here have a little mixture of shit going on. So, I mean, if you got, like, some Golden Oldie station going on, they're playing that, then that's more of an indictment of what people are into there.
Not on my watch. Jake's consider doing a gauntlet of all vintage...
Destroyed your transmission? Damn. I'm assuming those are pretty hard to replace, or at least, you know, get repaired and shit. You have 1 rock station, 50 country stations. Oh my god, you.
Vintage training videos for service employees.
No, but I mean, if you guys want
I don't think we could do a whole gauntlet of...
We only have like 1 country radio station up here, and it's really just called The Wolf. Which I hate how it has like a somewhat cool name too. It's like, you don't got a right to be called The Wolf. Like, I mean, it used to be called The Bowl, which honestly sounds better because, yeah, that radio station is a bunch of bullshit. But now it's like, now we gotta sound cooler. We're The Wolf. It's like, oh my god, like, you mean...
Commercials? I mean, we could, I guess. I just don't know that it would be good beyond a certain point. But I guess if we mixed in some of those training videos and stuff, it might be doable.
I say, you know, look, if you guys demand it enough, whatever the fuck you want, if we hear it incessantly and broadly,
what type of gauntlet?
I mean, we'll consider doing it.
What gauntlet? I missed it.
I mean, I don't know. I'm on the other side of that. Bleat and beg as you will. You get nothing. You get what we feed you, goddammit.
Damn.
You're lucky to get that shit.
I guess.
We have 96.9 The Eagle, but I went hardcore for Trump and started playing 10 Ninja a lot, so I stopped. Oh god, you. I mean, I think, like, you know what's funny? I'm pretty sure there might be, not mainly, like, important, but I think there might be more of, like, a localized station that's called The Eagle. Like, that is, you know, part of a transmission wave that, you know, that isn't reached, you know, from some other station that's here in Portland. And, oh my god, dude. Why are all these country radio stations, well, really just radio stations in general, all, like, generic shit, like, The Brew, The Wolf, The Eagle, or whatever the hell, it's like, oh my god. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. It's like, man, it do be a little low-key cringe, I will admit. It's like, oh my god, at least create some interesting name. Like, I mean, something. It's like, come on, you gotta get a little creative besides just, like, The Eagle.
Gotta give me the tiebreaker. I was like, fuck what these people want.
Speaking of Gaunt Force, but they just...
Wait, what's this one?
Yep.
I want to hear where they're ranting about on this. So about the FTC suing some shit. What's going on with that? I want to see what they're suing. I want to see what they're suing here. Microsoft faced off against US Gov over Activision deal. Ooh. Oh, you know what? I actually kind of partly heard a little bit. I didn't like read any details, but I've heard like some murmurings about this, of how like there's like this whole fucking thing going on. Oh yeah, I actually want to hear about this.
I'm on bed rest, you know.
Microsoft faces off against U.S. government over Activision deal with top execs set to testify.
I hope it doesn't go through. I mean, these fucking, the more they consolidated the gaming industry, the worse it's been.
Well, I mean, just look at every other industry in America, you know?
Yeah, so I'm not.
Everywhere.
Fuck them, dude. I'm not.
Yeah, fuck them. Like, they shouldn't be allowed to do this. This is literally just, like, more monopolization. This is basically just, like, you know, corporations galvanizing, collecting way more power, you know, for their own self-interest and shit. Like, we need the antitrust laws back. National, okay. No, why? They're just literally going to make things literally worse. Like, it's just fundamentally going to get worse, you know, because of this. I have decent games again. No, they're not. They're going to make it even worse. Like, it literally is going to get worse, dude. Like, I mean, like, because if this is the case, then how come, you know, like, every time these companies consolidate, you know, they don't make things better? They never do. It's only for more maximization of the profit and making, you know, that company as a subsidiary.
And video game giant Activision Blizzard will face off Thursday against the U.S. government in a high-stakes battle over one of the largest technology acquisitions in history. I guess I should probably divulge that I do hold Microsoft stock, by the way.
Wow. Oh, wow, TJ. Wow.
The federal court will have the CEOs of both companies taking the stand to defend their $69 billion merger against claims that the combination could violate U.S. antitrust law and harm millions of consumers.
Fuck Activision.
Are there even really any enforceable antitrust laws?
I do as well, TJ. No, you don't. Do you actually hold stock? Because, like, a single share I bought as a teen. Wait, really? Really? Are you... What? Wait, I mean, dude, if you bought it as a teenager, dude, that share is probably fucking ridiculous. You probably could cash in on that, dude.
Anymore.
Oh, well, now I see why you have the position that you do. Wait. What the hell? Hold on. It's raining out there? Wait, what about Loud and Lit? What the hell? Oh my god, are you kidding me? So I was hearing thunder. That was thunder, like, what? Oh my god. It come down now. Lord of mercy, it come down now. Woo! Oh, this actually feels good. Oh, this feels good. This actually feels pretty good. Oh, nice. Damn. Didn't expect that to happen. So I guess it was kind of, you know, getting a little lightning and thunder earlier. Well, I hope this doesn't stay permanent. I will say that. It will be kind of a little location. It actually looks like it's already dying down. Oh wow, it actually is significantly now. Nice, that felt good. Oh, that was actually refreshing. I was kind of a little warm and a little stuffy there, but oh, that actually cooled me down pretty good there. Oh, that felt good. Nothing like good fresh rain down on you. Ah, that felt good. That legit actually felt nice. Ah, I actually feel refreshed from that now. That was refreshing to sit in there for a second. Oh, there's a raindrop on my... Oh no, there's a raindrop on the screen. Oh shit. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. Screen. Okay, cool. Oh, that legit. Oh wait, no, they're still lit. God damn it! All right, hold on. I just gotta do it real quick. You know. There we go. That should at least absolve the issue. Yep, it did. Okay, cool. All right, there we go. Yeah, we go. But damn, that was nice. Oh, I'm starting to smell that fresh rain smell. Oh, dude, that smells so good. Oh man, that fresh rain smell when it freshly drops. Oh, dude, that's a good smell.
Minimally, yeah, but for the most part, no.
It's just a joke.
There are ones that could be enforced, but they just really aren't.
Yeah, there are laws on the books for sure. I mean, some of them are over 100 years old. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Essentially, they're not enforced. I mean, look at how much consolidation we've had in, you know, pretty much every major industry. Meat. Oh, we're talking about like the meat industry, right? That's basically a duopoly at this point. Entertainment. What do you have? Universal and you know, you have Comcast. You have Disney.
Warner
providers. Fuck
yeah.
HBO
media, news media too.
Dropped the HBO on their streaming thing.
It's just Max now.
Max, and it owns like It's like an insane list of properties, like all
Like
of
Warner
Cartoon
Brothers.
Network shits.
What, really?
All of Warner Brothers is
Did you
on
hear
there.
that?
What?
Discovery
No
Channel-
way, dude. I thought Warner's was the top dog, dude. They got like eaten up. Oh my god, dude. It's
They're-
getting
there's
smaller
rumors
now.
Right now that Netflix
Dude, what the fuck?
is looking at buying Paramount. So
It
What?
probably will happen if they can.
Wait, Netflix? Oh, Jesus
It'll
Christ.
That-
Oh yeah, is that good? Paramount getting owned by Netflix, knowing how shitty Netflix is.
Only area like consolidation in the entertainment industry, like for movies and music and shit, that I support this shit because I want my one-stop app for everything that's ever been made.
I don't blame you.
I mean, I'm not even necessarily against that, but at that point, it needs to be seen as like a public utility archive or something. Like, hey, this is like a public, library basically for, that's, like obviously, with a small little fee, you get access, to certain things. Like, hey, you can get access to the music library of like pretty much anything, or, it's depending on how you want to set up those streaming services, basically. Like having like a total like nationalized thing like that or something, I think it would just be way better. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a national thing, but at least in some part publicized, I think. I like if that was something that was the case, and like I actually wouldn't be against it, but it would have to be like the one-stop place, where it has like everything, and you only have to do is like look up either specific genres or like a certain something in the title that you're trying to look for a specific film or something, whatever the hell, or like on the actors, so like filmography or like bibliography, discography, whatever it is,
I honestly think that these companies should have treated Netflix like a platform instead of each trying to control their own platform with their own IPs. I think.
But everything became a subscription model. I mean, like
Right.
even when we do, it's a subscription model. If we're being honest. I mean, so
Right.
like,
I mean, of course, because that's just how you got to do. That's how you got to do it now. But
that's how this is done in the world. Yeah, period. But I mean, but I mean, obviously, a company like Disney, that's way too valuable to them. I mean, companies like Universal or Comcast, like that's way too valuable to say, let's just cede the market to another. Or one of
But
our
I
competitors.
honestly think this Microsoft Activision Blizzard thing is really, two great companies.
Oh,
fuck off, TJ.
Of their assets and resources. I mean, I think I look forward to seeing what they can accomplish together.
yeah. I look forward to how many more shit
Stronger
games they can turn
together.
out.
Blizzard
Stronger together, right, TJ?
has already sullied its stellar reputation. Like in the early 2000s, late 90s and shit, Blizzard was like pretty singular. It was like in a very short list of super AAA.
An amazing company.
The Activision acquisition has already turned it into a microtransaction hellscape. So I really don't think that there's going to be any substantive change for consumers in this. So I really don't give a fuck. They've already basically just like gutted everything that's good about the company. So meet the new boss, same as the old boss.
Yeah, what's the difference of beating a dead horse a little further, I mean, just basically what's going on with this.
Marjorie Taylor Greene calls Boebert a little bitch on the House floor. Bitch!
Yay!
Oh, these two
Nazi
because they're
fight.
competing. I mean,
Nazi
they're
cat
competing
fight.
to be like, who's the
They're trying
biggest
to-
cunt
I want them to
in the house?
actually fight. Can we actually see these two fight, please? I'm gonna say it again just because I want it. I want to see these two, like, Nazi cunts, like, get their claws out and start scratching their fucking faces off, dude. I literally want to see that. I want to see them get their fucking claws and talons out and rip those fucking, like, weird fucking dresses and reveal their secret Nazi tattoo they have on their body somewhere. Like, I just want it, dude. I want these two bitches to have a full-on fight. I mean, we need a good fucking fight on the house floor, dude. And if these two are gonna be the ones to do it, then fuck yeah, I'm here for it, man. I want it.
Craziest whore in
Yep. Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta hear Paul's thing on this one.
Who's
What?
that?
They're trying to
Republican
out-crazy
Party.
each other.
Boebert, you little fucking
the
whore.
craziest whore in the House of Representatives. Now I'm the craziest whore in the House of Representatives.
You know what this gets me thinking, though?
What, fuck you little bitch. You're not the craziest whore. I am. No, I am, you fucking psycho cunt. What'd you just call me? And you just start, oh my god. I want these two Nazi cunts to just literally get those claws out and just rip each other to shreds, man. Like two fucking feral cats who just got rabies and are getting it deuced.
Fucking Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg fight does happen. I got a fucking, here's another card for that fucking...
Oh, hell yeah, dude. This would be a good warm-up round.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Card, man. You
Dude,
know,
fuck that. I hope it breaks out right there on the house floor.
Yeah!
Cage match.
Baseball, dude.
I want these bitches to go out. I want a cat fight on the house.
Yeah, house
That used to
floor,
happen
dude.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't happened in a minute.
These motherfuckers.
Dude, we haven't had a good fucking house floor or Senate fight in a long time, dude. We need this shit. I unironically want to bring it back. I feel like it would help kind of lessen some political tension in a way, because then we could just start treating politicians as our, like, way to unleash our, like, political angst. I mean, you know, it's like, at least then it would be somewhat of an outlet, you know. Then everyone doesn't feel like they need to go punch other people. They could just have their politicians do it.
Used to attack each other with their canes and shit.
Oh, you're talking
The
about
ever-loving shit.
Yeah, you're talking about that was like right before the Civil War, I believe, where the guy
Yeah.
a guy made an anti-slavery speech and the other guy caned him, like beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, and also there was another story that led up to the Civil War where there's some guy that was making an anti-slavery speech. Of course, it was like the same political tensions if you think about it from then. But I think this happened just shortly before, like, you know, the Confederacy started seceding and shit. I think it was like a couple years prior. The one he's talking about was like maybe about a decade prior, or maybe about like 5-something years prior to this incident. But this incident I'm talking about literally led to the entire house basically looking like a fucking wrestling match. Like, you know, half of the Congress and Senate was like, you know, basically the audience, and like the other half who were actually like in the middle of this fucking fight. You know, because one of them made an anti-slavery speech, and the other one was, you know, yelling at him, you know, being like, you're just a fucking cuckold to the, you know, the slave, blah, 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 whatever the fuck. You know, the same fucking bullshit, you know, those Confederates are saying then as now, but just less coded. And, you know, but, like, at some point, one of the originators of the fight had his wig, like, his fucking, like, powdered wig literally ripped off of his head, and his bald-ass head was, you know, just revealed for everybody in the room to see, and the entire house floor started laughing their fucking ass off for, like, a good 5 or 10 minutes. It is a hilarious story, dude. Honestly, like, it is awesome. Like, I want that shit, dude. I want that back, because imagine just seeing that on C-SPAN. You know how much the ratings of C-SPAN would just, like, it would rival, like, WWE on, like, their best day.
I'm gonna bring that back.
Fought in Civil War, you are the gay. Yep. If you fought in Civil War, you had the big gay.
But I think that Marjorie Taylor Greene would fucking take Bobart apart, dude.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, okay, you know what? Like, riff me for this. Nah, I mean, I'm just gonna go along with it. I don't care. Nah, because, honestly, I want to see more. I just want to see these two bitches fight, honestly. Pre-order Starfield. Starfield? Was that new, What? Okay. I'm not gonna riff you. Whatever. Okay. Like, cool. There you go. There's your riff. Cool. Like, because I'm just too focused about dude, like, I mean, because think about it. Like, who do you think would, you know, win in a fight? Marjorie or Bobert? Because here's the fact about Marjorie. Say what you want, but she does work out. She actually has posted, like, her workout routines and shit. Like, and honestly, I mean, dead ass. I mean, just look at her. I mean, you can even tell. Like, I mean, dude, she's built a little bit. I'm just gonna be blunt. I mean, you know, in a vacuum, like, I mean, that's one thing I'll give Marjorie. Like, she actually is kind of fit. She's got, like, kind of like the thick athletic going on. Dude, Zukov, what the hell? Dude, stop. Chill. Wouldn't it be a cunt about it? Oh, dude, she would rub it the fuck in, but I want her to. Honestly, like, in a vacuum, like, when it comes to between Bobbitt and Marjorie Taylor fighting, I want that. Like, I do. Like, you're not gonna change my mind. Like, I mean, so I want her to be a cunt about it. I want her to rub it in and the whole shebang and everything.
Yeah, Bobart is small.
Sukov.
Taylor Greene is ripped, too. She's strangely
she's a beast.
sinewy.
She's like one of these, she's
a Titan. Like, she's literally Titan. She's a Titan with a skin suit, you know, from Attack on Titan. But, you know, like I said, just has a skin suit on. Hey, dude, shut up! Bro! You've been such a good boy up until now. Now you're being annoying. But, like, I mean, she straight up does have, like, a full-on, like, you know, skin suit going on and shit, being a Titan, you know? So, I guarantee you she's definitely got, like, you know, like, she's got some fucking, you know, strengthen that punch if she were to throw one.
Fucking working out and shit. You can even see the muscle definition there. Like, you can see that bicep.
Yeah, she's pretty old, so I mean, she's got to work out pretty hard to have that.
Take your conversations to the back. Off the floor.
It's because of the thunder. I think he's just barking about that.
Take him off the floor now.
Off the floor.
What purpose does the...
You know, what needs to happen right now is Marjorie Taylor needs to kick her in the stomach and stun her. Do a fucking stunner right there.
And no one wins. Well, I mean, we win because we get to see two fascist Nazi bitches fight.
Yeah, you can't. I've watched this. You can't hear her say "little bitch."
Yeah, you don't hear her say anything, sadly.
What purpose does the gentlewoman from Florida, Mrs. Luna...
What
part of Malone have to be spending on this divine occasion now?
Anyway, yeah, she called her a little bitch, I guess.
Yeah, little bitch.
Little
Yeah,
bitch.
fucking bitch.
Suck your bats. Yeah, bats.
No, you're a bitch because you're a bitch.
Isn't this?
Oh, the Russian Civil War? Oh, you're talking about that? I mean, that's, why do I feel, I mean, I kind of feel like that is inevitable. But the thing is, like, it's not really just going to be fascist versus fascist. Like, I mean, it might start like that, to be frank. I mean, it probably will. But, you know, there are going to be a lot of other people who are, like, social dems, like more liberal types, and, like, even some smaller left-wing partisan groups. I mean, they're going to take advantage of that. I mean, it's going to start like that, but if you know anything, especially with the history about how Russian civil wars are, it might start with two sides, but eventually it breaks off into, like, 10 different sides, and 10 different factions at a certain point. I mean, it's like, and they all kind of, like, some of them will collaborate, work together and stuff to a certain extent, but not all of them. So, I mean, because, like, with the initial Russian Civil War, when the USSR was established, like, there was the Red Army, there was the White Army, but there was also the Green Armies, which are, like, anarchists and, like, hardcore, like, anarcho-communist, syndicalist types and shit. Who were, a lot more libertarian with their philosophy in comparison to a lot more of the authoritarian-esque nature of, like, the Bolshevism, from the time. So it's just like, there's different, I mean, those were like the big three factions, but even then there was like smaller sub-factions, within those groups and outside of them too, that were under the Black Flag. Yeah, there was also like the Black Armies too, but a lot of them are kind of like known as like the Greens broadly, because I mean, they kind of overlap a little bit. It's like, cause that's what I mean though. Like, I mean, there was like, different subgroups and different little like factions, but like there was like, predominantly like four, but mainly like the big two, and then like a somewhat smaller third one, and then like the more fractionalized the anarchists under the black banners. So I mean it was a clusterfuck. So I mean but just considering that, like it started off with two sides, the Red Army and the White Armies, but at a certain point, it eventually like boop, 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 a lot of different factions formed from that. So that's gonna happen. Like I said, it might start one way, but it's gonna end probably with different factions, in the whole thing. I wouldn't necessarily be too surprised, frankly. Like the opposition to Putin might start it up. It's Wagner versus the Russian military. Yeah, like Wagner. Yeah, that's what I understand too. Yeah, dude, it is raining hardcore out there. What the fuck, dude? Dude, I'm gonna like, what the? I'm gonna have to figure that one out. But yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of like rift between Wagner and the Russian military, because Wagner was not happy with the results of the war, and a lot of their best troops have been killed off because of it. So it's like they are not happy about it, and with that, this is going to eventually happen, like, because we already are seeing it now. Like there's already different like Russian defector or like literal Russian fascist organization paramilitaries that are fighting from the inside of Russia. Like, I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, it's only a matter of time before, like, the more, like, left side of, the Russian populace, that might be able to get access to guns and stuff, they're going to find a way to have opportunity and organize and, kind of jump on it. I mean, we might see, it might take a while, but as far as, if I'm aware, I think there is at least, a couple of, like, Russian defector organization groups, that are either in Ukraine or in Russia that are also, like, kind of along those lines. They just aren't really as influential because of a lot of the fucking social conservatism that's really predominant in Eastern Europe, unfortunately. Which includes Ukraine, by the way. Like, Ukraine is definitely not, like, some hardcore, super progressive liberal bastion. Like, it's definitely pretty socially conservative over there. So this one lost back. I've heard Nazis are going to coup him. And, this is kind of my main thing, why I think, us meddling so much in this whole, this whole war effort and shit by proxy has been kind of a bad idea, because we've been kind of directly helping arm and train these guys. So, like, this is kind of a part of the reason why I've been so critical about, the United States / like, NATO's investment into it / support, because, like, it's not like I think, supporting Ukraine as, for, sovereign wise and for the citizen and the government and so, against the war and shit. I don't think that's a, problem inherently, but it's just been so, like, whatever, just give them what they want, and just damn the consequences, basically. It's just been like that. It's just very careless. And it's like, especially when it comes to a war, you legit gotta be careful. I mean, it's not just something you can just, like, willy-nilly just send guns there and, hope that the one side wins, Apparently hugely popular before the fall of the Union. Oh, yeah. I mean, because, say what you want, at least there was some consistency with these things. I'm going to skip way ahead and see what they're talking about here.
Cooing the Russian government with 25,000 mercenaries. This is currently happening right now. Clash has already been reported.
Oh, shit. Well,
I don't know. There was nothing... I didn't pull anything about that because apparently it wasn't going on when I was...
Something tells me that I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about this, but something tells me that 25,000 is a lot less than the standing Russian army. Something tells me that the Russian army has more than 25,000 members. Maybe I'm wrong about that, though. Who knows?
You're not wrong, Paul.
I don't see anything in the news.
The problem, though, is that, like, about that, so, like, the entire Russian army isn't, like, going to be fighting. I mean, that's the thing. They're not going to send every single guy out there, right? Like, there's going to be plenty of the Russian army that's going to be stationed everywhere else, or, for contingencies and shit.
Actually happen.
Depends on training and equipment. That, too. I mean, I don't necessarily think he's being, like, obtuse or anything, but, it's more complicated than what he's, saying that it is. Though I think people dismiss Paul way too fucking much about this issue, because, frankly, I do think he's a little bit more, like, broadly accurate about the assessment in comparison to other people, I think. Broadly. I don't think, very specifically for certain tiny little detailed nitpick things in here and there, whatever the fuck. But at least when it comes to just kind of the broad, general, like, issue itself. What is with you, my dude? Does he really just... Hold on. Why? Hold on. Well, what is up? Wait. Do you just want to be in here? Is that it? It is, isn't it? You just want to be in there. Oh my god! He was whining because he wants to be in... Oh my god, you got it too. What a Oh, he just wants his little spot. Oh, that babe. Oh my god. You know, now I kind of feel bad for fucking on him about being in that spot. Just because America bad doesn't mean it's bad for America to oppose Russian imperialism. Well, the thing is, I don't even necessarily disagree with that take either. I mean, that's the thing. I think, broadly, I also think, like, Paul's on the same position about it broadly as well. That's why I'm saying, broad strokes here, trying to emphasize that. Obviously, there's a lot of specifics and more, detailed, aspects about these, about the position, though, where there are going to be disagreements. And I have a couple about Vosh on that, about some of the details overall, but generally, though, yeah, I mean, I agree, of course. Like, I mean, I do think, you know, there should be at least, you know, an emphasis to oppose imperialism regardless of its fucking banner. I mean, whether it's American, Russian, or otherwise. I mean, at least here's where I will add the asterisk a little bit, is that, you know, as an American citizen, I have a lot more influence to address American imperialism in comparison to Russian imperialism, right? So, obviously, I would have more emphasis on addressing that. However, that doesn't mean that, oh, I'm just going to totally forget that imperialism's happening somewhere else, right? Like, I mean, no. I mean, but it's like, I think, you know, there's a lot of, like, reactive, like, impulsive, like, you know, assumptions, I think, that some people have about people's takes on these things. You know, and I know Vosh is definitely, you know, unfortunately is a victim of it, and can be, in a way, guilty of it, too. I mean, but that's why I think it's just because there's such a reactive, like, kind of, you know, like, whether it has to just be a black or white position, that there just isn't, like, a more nuanced gray area. And that doesn't mean that there is, like, some both sides thing. That just means that it's just more complicated than just black or white, right? Like, and that's just kind of, you know, how I see it. It's just not simply, like, oh, unequivocally, you know, don't question America's element of imperialism about it because Russia bad. Or, you know, never question Russia's imperialism because America bad. They're both bad, and there needs to be a little bit more of a nuanced position about it. Because obviously, one's imperialism is overriding the other's imperialism, but it's broadly, you know, to the root, you know, the back and forth imperialistic game that these two superpowers play with each other. Ooh, there is some good dude. This loud and lit ride is gonna be pretty fun. But yeah, I mean, either way though, it's just like, it's, you know, it's more complicated than just like, wait, you know, gotta fuck them up everywhere till Sunday, because a part of the reason why now we have like some of these, like, it's not just Azov or whatever the fuck. I mean, it's just like different paramilitary groups and different like militias, and even some legit battalions within the Ukrainian ranks that are just frankly, yeah, got some very socially conservative or very far-right or fascistic, you know, backgrounds and stuff. That doesn't mean that Russia's army or military and stuff has more of it, because they do. But, you know, it's like like directly, you know, training that type of shit where they look at someone like Zelensky as more of a means to an end to their broader end goals of, you know, like, you know, establishing more of a pan-Ukrainian Slavic nation state, ethno-state type of thing. They literally see, you know, Zelensky as just a puppet to that. Like, and that's why you mentioned earlier, like, some of these, you know, Nazis are gunning for a coup a little bit, because they got a lot of American weapons, and they got a lot of American tanks and shit like that, and they know how to use them. They've been trained on that shit. And that's kind of disconcerting, because when this war is all said and done, do you think they're going to turn that shit in? No, they're not going to. They're going to use it, and for their own narrative and agenda, and that's not going to be good. Ukraine's going to be, sadly, just fucked up for generations to come because of this shit, and it's not just because, you know, war is destructive, but it's also because of the instability it brings for years after the fact. I mean, because, you know, if there isn't, like, you know, a strong, logistical, efficient rebuilding process, these, you know, right-wing radicals, or just radicals in general, when it comes to the instability, will take advantage of that and try to establish their own little nation state, essentially. I mean, that's kind of in some part how Donetsk and Luhansk kind of came into being, because at least in some part, Russia helped expropriate that a little bit, you know, as a way to kind of, you know, chew a little land out of Ukraine, because it was an unstable region due to, you know, the instability at the time during, like, 2013-14 and shit, right? So it's like, I mean, it's something that has, in Ukraine, very recently has happened. I mean, it's just like, and it won't be good. I mean, when that happens, I mean, to a certain extent, America's imperialism on that sense will definitely be more of a direct fault, but it doesn't necessarily, of course, override the fact of the initial problem in the first place, which was caused by Russia's imperialism, right? So it's like, acknowledging, you know, the totality of all the wrongs going on with the broader situation, yeah, at least in my mind, doesn't mean that you're, like, somehow for one side or the other strictly, and, like, or you're somehow a puppet for one side or the other or some shit. I'm just fundamentally in favor of, you know, the, you know, Ukrainian people and their general sovereignty. Like, I mean, it's not, you know, like, that's what I want to see. You know, they're, you know, like, the like more like avocation of peace, when it comes to and also like more push to help the Ukrainian people specifically. I don't really give that much shit about their government. I mean, frankly, their government is pretty corrupt in its own way. I mean, nowhere near to the same extent as Russia, by the way, like I'm saying, like, but nonetheless, it's like, I want the best for the people there, and having their sovereignty is a part of that. Didn't mean to thumbs up. Oh, I mean, hey, DFF happened to be talking about it too when I, tuned back into them, so, hey, we're on the topic. Approval for Americans before Reagan. Well, sure. Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, it's just like, that shouldn't necessarily be a consequence of like the, destruction, or like, the exploitation of like different regions, because of that. I mean, because, yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot of various different benefits that came from that, but also a part of that was because we actually, at least to some extent, did kind of put those companies in check. Whether through the labor force or through policies, via politicians, when people wanted, shit to get done, to get pushed through policy-wise, especially when Roosevelt was in power. So, I mean, like, yeah. I mean, like, because a part of, like, what made, like, people's, like, abilities, to have, like, their own and, and for, like, their next of kin shit was... I mean, yeah, to some extent, because of, like, the blood, sweat, and tears of someone that got, exploited for it to a degree. I mean, it doesn't have to be like that, and in a lot of, in different elements. I mean, it necessarily wasn't. There was a lot of manufacturing, a lot of, different things going on here directly in America, and, frankly, a good amount. It got worse, and a lot of that happened way more, during that period, after that period, when Reagan started coming about, where outsourcing and like offshoring a lot of jobs started becoming a lot more of a common practice because they're able to get away with it a lot more. So, I mean, it's like, at least to a certain degree, we were able to put a little bit of a check to that type of stuff back in the day. They weren't as easily, able to get away with shit like that. It's not like they didn't, because they did, but it was not as easy. Like, they had to at least, kind of play a little bit more under the table and, do a lot more backroom dealing shit. But at this point, they could just be fucking brazen and not give a fuck. They openly, like, do it now. They brag and rub it in your fucking face nowadays. But back then, they had to mind the P's and Q's. Had to kind of do it a lot more coded-like. And even then, they never could maximize the benefit out of that because, people were, whether aware of that or not, were more kind of privy towards it because they had an ability and had a voice to be able to, put a check in that. A lot of that due to strong union labor, too. Because that was a very predominant thing. Because even for the non-union workers, they were able to at least get a lot of improvements in their own lives and shit because of that being there. Asteroid prison, you can't escape if you're on an asteroid. Oh my god. Wow. A literal asteroid penal colony. Oh my fucking god.
I see speculation that it might happen, but maybe it's like so late breaking that it's just not.
I mean, yeah, if someone
being reported on my feed.
When the United States, when you're living in the United States, and the United States is directly geopolitically involved in like a proxy war or
that's dystopian as fuck. It literally is.
With another country, you have to take every fucking one of these things that you hear with a grain of salt. Because just as the Russians use propaganda to try and convince people that they're right, the United States does it too.
That is true.
Sure.
Starbucks union says workers at more than
Well, hey, speaking of unions,
150 stores will strike over Pride decor. Some organized...
Wait, huh? Starbucks union says workers at more than 150 stores will strike over Pride decor? Wait, what? No! No! Oi! I was watching that, YouTube, you fucking cunt. Oh my god, now I have to, like, go back in time to find that. Oh wait, no, it actually literally put me right back to where it was. Oh wow, okay, nice.
Some organized Starbucks stores will strike across the U.S. at more than 150 locations starting Friday in Seattle after the union representing baristas claimed some cafes were not allowed to put up pride decorations.
So this is why this article.
Oh, okay. So they're striking because they aren't allowed to do it. And some stores want to. They're like, hey, we want to, put up some pride merch because why not, and they're just like, no.
Savings, if you just read the headline, you're like, are they mad about it, or are they like, what? Huh?
I know, I was like,
no, they actually want to put the stuff up, but they're not allowed to. But if you almost read the headline, almost reads like they want to put pride stuff. They put pride stuff up, and they're like, no.
Yeah, like honestly, the way they worded this makes it sound like antagonistic towards them, being like, oh, they want to like try to take it down. It's like, yeah, no, they don't. They want to put it up.
The coffee giant said its policy on decorating has not changed and that it unwaveringly supports the LGBTQ plus community. Well, I don't think
submarkets.
I don't think your employees are striking for nothing.
I can honestly back the company up on that statement, though. Starbucks has always been incredibly controlling when it comes to store decor. There's it's uniformity across the company. You're not allowed to they don't even let you put up like a community board in a Starbucks, like advertising some local charity or advertising.
What the fuck, really? Well, that explains why I never see that shit, I guess.
Local music.
I mean, because I've been to Starbucks in the past. I mean, not anytime recently. We have a little Starbucks kiosk, but they're more licensed to our stores, so they're not actual Starbucks baristas. I mean, so they are able to actually get away with doing a little bit. But I mean, I've been to a few stores, and that actually kind of explains why they are literally pretty much so corporate photocopy the same.
For charity or whatever. They've always been that way.
Yeah,
the only thing that goes up on the wall is the shit that comes from corporate. It's been that way since. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's the way it's been. So.
Well, obviously it shouldn't be because it's stupid.
Yeah, for the most part, you walk into a Starbucks, it's like Starbucks products. Like the only thing they really push you to beyond their actual just menu and the stuff they're displaying, the stuff they're selling, is. I'm trying to think if I've ever seen anything like that, and I really can't think of it.
You're a piece of shit, Scotty.
Yeah, you're turd.
I mean, I would say it's a strange reason to strike, but I mean, hey, it's their right to strike. If they want to strike for that, do it.
Honestly, I'm sure there's a lot more going on with the strike besides they just want to have decor up. I'm pretty sure part of it is also, due to the fact they probably have different aspects about working conditions and a few other things that they want to, work on and try to improve and fight for and shit. So I'm assuming it's not just for the decor. Plus, I've heard of Fable. Yeah, I've heard of Fable. I mean, I haven't played Fable, but I have heard of it. I know about it.
Where are we at, Scotty? Tell me where we at.
Right here.
Man,
Wait, what? Oh God, Florida.
Universally, when someone falls back on this common sense trope,
what is common? What is
you're dealing with a fucking grade A Riri, man.
Grade A Riri, dude. DJ. Dude, I mean, it's like, we need to get much common sense. What's that? Just denying the idea that reality exists. It's like, I mean, yeah, it's like, yeah, you're dealing with some Riri when you got that shit. I heard the title and I thought they were protesting the court going on. No, dude, that's what I mean. With that article that I was saying, or, even Scott was mentioning, the initial headline makes it think they want the pride stuff down. But no, they actually want it up because, corporate policy of Starbucks is, they have no decor unless it's corporate approved. Which, especially considering pride, you think it would be, but I guess not. So, it's yeah, I mean, they're not, striking to take shit down. They want to put decor up. Which, I mean, most, corporate businesses allow, some, within reason, of course, approved, themes, for decor. My store does, Safeway does. I guarantee you, once, the last week of June rolls up, we're gonna have, some 4th of July, Independence Day bullshit and some Patriot fucking decor shit everywhere, right? It's gonna be like that. I mean, and, for Halloween, it's got the Halloween decor. For Thanksgiving, same thing. You would think the Starbucks would just do the same shit. And also for Pride stuff, I mean, we don't got, a shitload, but we got a couple things here and there. I mean, so it's like, which honestly I kind of noticed, like, you know, when going all out for decor, the prime decor stuff is like not nowhere near as much. Which, not that I care, I don't really give that fuck one about it. But I just kind of find it a little funny that they go all out for pretty much everything else, but it's like, pride fuck, you know, just have like a flag over there or something. Have like a, you know, cool looking rainbow thing there too or something, I don't know, just call it good.
Go it.
In a shared reality, how do we know what common sense is? That's like a philosophical concept we have to explore.
Has any person ever...
Common sense is what I say it is. It's common, everyone knows what it is, so duh.
history of fucking rhetoric ever fucking fallen back on it's just common sense and been right?
Just common sense? Well, there's a very famous paper in the...
I mean, yeah, just common sense? Maybe for, like, very benign shit, like, hey, why are you, like, not using this scrubby to, like, you know, take out, you know, some of the grease out of this pan or some shit? Use this scrubby. Like, common sense, bro. Like, maybe that or something, but even then you're not even saying, oh, just common sense. You're like, so even, yeah, no, I don't think there is.
Basically, was it
even with my example I attempted, it didn't even work.
Like Colonial America? It's called Common Sense by Thomas Paine, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think his only argument was just like, just common sense is right, bro. Fuck the British. It's common sense. I think he had more to say than that.
Yeah.
So common sense doesn't exist? No,
it doesn't.
No, what it's saying is that you would have to philosophically prove your point, that it does exist.
Yeah.
What I'm telling you is,
sort of other argument.
first of all, yes, I am saying common sense doesn't exist. I don't know.
Well, why are you saying it doesn't exist?
Because what, I mean, like, how is it defined then? What is common sense?
I'm not arguing for its existence. I'm saying I don't know if it's impossible for it to exist.
I just don't know what it means. What does fucking common sense actually goddamn mean?
Well, it's got to be
okay. Like, oh my god, holy shit! I didn't realize. Okay, I'm actually thinking about this now because I do think there can be a way to definitively define it. But the problem is that everyone's got such a different, like, notion of what the fuck is common sense that isn't... Yeah, it's kind of impossible to really, like, set a definitive, like, aspect of it. So you have to kind of, like, define it as a broad stroke thing, basically. Like... So my guess would basically be that, like... Oh, it's essentially, like, you know, common... Like, you know, the common social zeitgeist that is seen as normal. You know, for the current contemporary time. That would be, like, the best way you could probably describe it. Just, like, the common social zeitgeist of what's seen as acceptable or some shit. Like, that's, or, like, normal, or, you know, like, the, you know, just the casual shit. And my friends finally arrived, like, a little late, but whatever, I don't care.
To each situation individually.
I swear, if he brings up
there
Prince
are
here,
some common sense things, like, don't put your arm in a tiger cage. I think that's pretty fucking common sense shit.
I guess you don't harm yourself, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Don't put yourself in harm's way for stupid fucking reasons.
So to you, common sense is stuff that's just, like, obviously no shit.
Basic, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's what it's supposed to mean. It's just supposed to mean, like, you know, no matter what your politics are, you know that
chances are then that whatever the latest hot button political issue is not something that falls under the purview of that.
No, it doesn't.
Under that definition.
So that's just stupid. And even if common sense exists, you still would have to make a fucking argument. You can't just fucking be like, my argument is that what I'm saying is common sense.
Right.
Huh?
That's not an argument. That's more like just like your position, but it's not even fleshed out to any degree to even really debate.
I mean, the real common sense on this issue is that the people that are all fucking hard up about trans issues and shit are more than likely repressed homosexuals.
Or trans people.
Like
or
that.
just super sexually insecure about what they love. Which for some of them probably they might be cis, but just love fucking, you know, someone who's trans. But they hate that.
Sense.
They hate, you know, acknowledgement.
They have some issue going
Persistent
on.
denialism.
They care that much about something that doesn't affect them.
At all. Literally no effect on them at all.
Yeah.
Well, most social issues, I mean, like...
pretty much about...
marriage. You know, it's
kind of
like,
free-gaming.
how does that affect you? Now that's illegal. It's like, how does it affect anybody?
Yeah, where are the people marrying horses and dogs and drugs?
I've never seen one motherfucker come to me, as conservative people as I know, ever been able to demonstrate that, like, gay marriage is wrong. It's like, how has it affected your fucking life? Just show me. demonstrate one thing about it.
Well, look at what they doing
Well,
now.
I'm gonna have to at least finish that.
Oh, that's...
What are they doing?
Oh, so you're saying the slippery slope is...
Oh, no.
They said, yeah, but
No, not too
now
long.
people
Yeah, we can share if we want.
changing into he,
I
she.
think it should be like,
Transness is not something that just
should probably be
popped
about
up in the last
brain
5
No, it
years.
ain't gonna take long to get up there.
Yeah, it
You see
is.
what
Paul,
happened
remember
in
they say that,
Target?
though. We've heard Matt Walsh and his ilk say that. It's like that.
Whoa, teachers brainwashing the kids in the
It's a
schoolroom.
mass delusion that's come out in the last, like, 5-10
Before 2009, there wasn't a
like the
single
Judas
trans
Priest
person
playing
in the
out
world.
inside.
And the gays get married.
The common sense is that, you know, once you start letting gays get married, you're just gonna let, you know, trannies start fucking horses and stuff. That's what's gonna add. The common sense, brother. Take a whoop.
People are starting orgies?
And the few
What?
last I
Where do
had
I
last
sign up?
horrible 12 months, we call life still.
No, I'm saying. Oh my god, never
Yeah,
mind.
I know. I'm just like,
Thank you for the
I'm just saying, like, if somebody was like, Trey, starting orgies, I'm like, where? I want to join. That would be my, like.
But that's not what I said, though. Bobby. Yeah, someone's all happy. You're not joining us. I would like to, but I don't think you're bike material yet. Not yet, at least. He will eventually.
Well, we'd have to get a more secure trailer that can keep dogs safe.
Oh, it's more of that, you know, like, I don't know if he would have necessarily the full energy gumption. Actually, he's been kind of worn out today. I tried to, you know, have him play fetch when I was hanging out with Mom, but he did not want to do that.
Sadly, I did not have the time to get a bite before.
No, actually, I need to grab a couple things, but...
You know any thing we could get on the way? Like,
No, it wasn't really the thing of anything. I have a little snack right here, so that's pretty much all set. I was gonna bring a couple things here because I do. Do you actually have a backpack or something?
no, I do have a bike pouch. Doesn't have
I need to figure out a way to put this
so much
somewhere.
spice.
Because I want to take this. So I actually been meaning to want to talk to you more about this town for Shanghai if I can get this fucker in here. Yeah, bitch. But like some first, because I want to explore my booth before it gets too hot to exist. Well, I can feel you with that. Yeah, I imagine like at a certain point, Zona would get a little too hot, but I feel like you at least still have time before that really
That
happens.
twisted tea, it's like you can't even taste the alcohol. It's really odd. I always thought the rain. I thought that thing was waterproof.
What?
Oh, the speaker.
I mean, it's the rain kind of caught me off guard. I'm pretty sure there was thundering a little bit too.
Kind of caught me off guard, like when Randy Marsh was like, "Oh my God, I'm having butt sex with Harvey Weinstein!" No! The whole time he's supposedly hallucinating because he had that much THC. It is true though, like enough THC
Brad?
though, you have to have a fuck ton
No,
in order to induce any hallucinations.
not even then. Like, not really. Like, I've never gotten it. And I've been pretty fucking Space Cadet high before. Like, during, you know, the cosmic, you know, realms and nebulas, and never get that situation. Boo.
Cosmic realms.
Yeah.
Infinite cosmos.
The infinite cosmos that
never
travel
fully-
beyond the galaxy.
That you'll never fully be able to
Don't recognize the
explore.
voice. Well, he's one of my friends that doesn't really pop in that often, but it's my buddy Minty. The one I've been talking about and eventually trying to collaborate with a little bit. Big titty golf girl, trans
Cool,
girlfriend.
like,
No,
I think.
you've been called a big titty golf trans girlfriend.
Big titty goth trans girlfriend.
Yep.
I'm not goth though.
Nor is he trans.
Yeah, I'm a cis guy.
Oh my lord.
Cis man.
Man, he's been a homie for like fucking since like middle school or some shit. Yeah. Get his old last bowl cash and stuff because we got a little big old fun bike ride and stuff. And let's call it ignore that.
I don't even have.
I'm not fucking trans or a big titty goth. I mean, I could be kind of goth, but I mean, I don't
desires it so much he sees it everywhere.
Cutest that ever. Well, my little tricorn.
Or maybe he
It's for
had
the bike ride.
Maybe he had a trans, or maybe he had a trans big titty
Has
goth
patches.
girlfriend that maybe he misses.
The patches on his bad boy. And well, maybe,
Okay.
probably.
We've all had breakups. I don't judge. That's it's something we all go through. You know, some relationships work out.
Oh, I should have told Harley to fucking get over here too, so we could get rolling as a trio. Get the hood rats.
Oh yeah.
Fucking rolling.
Well, he probably might meet us there eventually.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see him there.
Perhaps I could get some super burrito before we head out.
Oh, yeah. Now you're making me. Oh yeah. Yeah, I might do that actually.
Are you ready? You got your bike and stuff.
Oh, it's all out there. I need to grab a couple things, but smoke this last little bit of the bowl, and then head out for the bike ride and shit, and then.
Oh damn! One of them shades. That's cool.
I've had these for a while.
I like how you added the.
I didn't add.
There.
I bought them like this.
Oh, that's
Somebody someone bought the glasses and then added the little leather sides.
cool. Oh hell yeah! Almost has like a steampunk aesthetic to it.
Yeah, that was kind of like how it was advertised.
Oh yeah, I'm curious. Ask anybody on the stream if they can actually hear any of the music playing.
Oh, I know they can.
Oh, they can't.
Oh yeah, I mean it'll pick it up.
Could be my phone. Maybe I'm just too far from it.
Well, it seems like it's being consistent, but.
It was kind of like, you know, hopefully that's not the rain. I thought it was waterproof.
I don't think it is. I think it'll be fine. But anyway, off to the bike ride. So may do one more stream later tonight, but I have no idea yet. We'll see. But anyway, that'll be that, everybody, and I'll see y'all in that next one, whenever that may be. So toodaloo.